Just for my
I just realized what you were doing.
She's a producer.
She fancy. I'm a director. She fancy.
Director and
So
producer.
there are some refreshments, so feel free
Who's sitting over
to
there?
get some refreshments.
You gotta sit down there.
I know, because I don't want to sit right here.
Oh, y'all gonna be in it.
No, just using the video recorder. No phone.
it.
Oh,
It's gonna
you said on Sundays?
Yes, it is.
Gary, now my baby sister's birthday card.
I said, you supposed to still help me. You didn't tell me that. So, I was like, oh, wait. It's like a trip. Look at all the places to go. And he's just doing half his
He's like the haunted Globe Trotter of the field.
Watch it. It makes me sick. Can you decide?
We're gonna get started in about 2 more minutes, so if you want to get some refreshments, go ahead and enjoy yourselves, and we're gonna get started.
Yesterday in church, everybody was getting an Amber Alert. It was so funny.
And I heard it too, and it was on the broadcast too, and finally our pastor said, what's that?
You get mad, you get mad.
Everybody in the whole church was on the same
And
time.
it is a long alert. Long.
I was in church too.
So funny.
I was in church when that happened. In my church.
And the people just looking and what? It was hilarious. I was like,
Oh. Napkin. That's why Emily got the phone. That is so cute. They can hear every word you're saying. Little Nikon, you're cute. So impressed. Is that yours?
Chocolate chip cookies. I had
Is this yours?
Walmart to make them especially for you guys.
Thank you.
No oatmeal raisin. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, what's your name? Tony.
my mother said Vegas can't be
Tony.
choosy.
Mhm. Where do you work?
Vegas can't be choosy.
Sorry, Texas Early Childhood
That's the
Development. Oh, okay. That's you. Yep, that was me.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
know you are.
want to just start by just thanking each of you for coming and being part of this presentation today. As I shared with you earlier, you guys have signed up to a training on the journey to effective project management. And I know some of us are project managers, but we manage projects in some aspect throughout all of our lives, whether we're planning for a vacation or a family reunion or a big rollout of a new system that will roll out next week. So whether or not, regardless of what type of project it is, the information that you'll see today will be helpful to you as you are beginning the journey to project management. So I just want to start by introducing myself. My name is LaShonda Brown, and I am with His Cardia Consulting Firm. And I've been in this field, and actually what I want to do is, each of you, when you came in, you were provided a training manual. And on the first page of the training manual, it actually provides a little bit of information about the training session, about the organization in which I'm a part of, and then this will be our guide as we go throughout the training over the next, during our time together. One of the things I want to bring to your attention is at the back of the training manual, there's an evaluation. So if you want to go ahead and take that off, you can just take it off and put that to the side. But as we go along throughout the training, feel free to jot any notes, make any comments. Those comments are very important to me because it helps me as a trainer to become a little bit better in honing my craft. So I really appreciate that. Again, on page 3 of your training manual, you'll find the goals and the learning objectives. So today, as we are together, you will define some project management terms. And you also will identify 5 to 6 skills that a project manager needs. In addition to that, you'll get the opportunity to explore the 5 phases of project management. And this actually supports the overall goal of helping you to use project management as a way to effectively execute a project. So here's our agenda. I just started off with welcoming you and sharing with you the objectives. We're going to go through an opening exercise, an introductory exercise, then followed by some discussion about what's the difference, and also phases of the project management. In addition to that, well, I will provide for you some resources and some job aids that may be helpful to you as you go back into your place of employment. And then also, at the end, you'll have your evaluation that you can complete. All right. So let's get started. So I'd like to begin this session with a quote from Stephen Covey. And Stephen Covey has identified this as one of the habits of highly successful people. So I want you to take a moment and read the statement. And then on page 5 in your training manual, you'll have an opportunity to look at this statement and see how it relates to project management. We'll take about a minute to do that. Probably take about 15 more seconds. All right. What were some of the things that came to mind? Yes.
For me, it's the goal. You have to have an idea of where you want to go.
Yes.
So that's why you have to have that end in mind, where you're actually trying to get.
Exactly. So when you're developing a project, you have to know at least what the end in mind, the goal, where it is that you want to go. What are some other things that came to mind?
To me, it's a desirable outcome of the project.
Yes.
That's the first stage.
The
At early stage.
Yes, at the early stages, what are the desirable outcomes or what is the goal?
That's exactly what I heard.
Is that
Yes,
exactly?
include what your desired outcome will be.
Yes,
That's
yes.
exactly.
Yeah, connected.
I think the important thing to keep this in mind is so you can focus resources and effort to accomplish that goal
Exactly,
and not to deviate to something different.
exactly. So focusing resources so that you can be better utilize your resources and be more efficient in how you execute your project. Great, good comments. So I want you to read this cartoon and read the cartoon, and then afterwards, what I want you to do is I want you to turn to your neighbor and share your initial thoughts. So I know it may be a little small on your page, so if you want to take a look up here, that
I read that first. That's why I was answering you.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
I think that's so cute.
It's funny.
All right 33 seconds ago.
I see some smiles, some nodding heads.
So what's your initials are?
That's exactly what I just
Well,
said.
there's so many other projects going on.
Can anyone relate to that? By show of hands, who can relate to that? Oh, I see several people have 2 hands. Hey,
Can be
oh, wow,
overwhelming,
wow.
you know.
Yeah,
It defines our work.
Right.
It's fine.
it defines our work sometimes and how it happens. Wait.
So much.
Let's have a meeting. Let's meet the plan
Let's
meeting.
Yeah.
Great. Well, this is really good. A good segue into our next section where we really talk about what is the difference. You know, project management and a project. What's all of this? What makes it so different? So what I want you to do is on page 6. There are pages 6 and 7. What we're going to do is there's going to be a short video. You're going to watch 2 videos, and basically it's going to talk about what is a project, and then it's going to talk a little bit about project management. So what I want you to do is, as you're watching, you can take some notes or just watch, but you do have some space here in your training manual to record your answers. So let's take a look.
Introduction to Project Management by Knowscape. What is a project? A project is a temporary endeavor which has a definite beginning and end that is carefully planned by dividing into several phases to give out a unique output. How are projects different from operations? Projects are temporary. They create unique products and are closed after attaining the objectives. Whereas operations are ongoing processes. They are repetitive, and the objective is to sustain business. Meet Jen. Jen is an automobile designer who comes up with a brand new design of a car. Her team collaboratively comes up with a plan and creates a prototype of the car. Creation of the prototype of car was a short-term temporary process. The prototype developed was unique, and the project ended after the prototype was developed. Let us consider that Jen now has an idea of mass-producing these cars. Then she sets up a factory with an assembly line, and she succeeds in manufacturing cars every day. Mass production of cars is an ongoing process. The assembly line repetitively produces cars. The objectives of this process is to sustain business of selling cars.
So, on page 6, you have at the top of there, like, what is a project? So what is a project? What were some of the things that you learned?
Temporary endeavor.
It's a temporary endeavor.
Has a definite beginning and ending.
It has a definite beginning and ending, or end.
Several phases.
It has several phases,
And a unique output.
and it has a unique output. So it seems like you guys have already been talking about a lot of these things about what is a project. So I want to start. I'm going to show you a little bit of this clip, and then on page 7, what I want you to do. Page 7 will have a little bit more about project management and talk. Page 7 will have a little bit more information about project management and then some of the things to consider about project management. So I'm going to play this short clip, and then I'm going to play another video clip for you to watch, okay?
What are the phases of the project management? Projects are divided into phases such as initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and control process, closing. Collection of these phases are called as a project life cycle.
So those are the 5 phases of like project management. So I'm going to go on to the next video here. So what are your initial thoughts?
Well, it's risky not to have a project management system in place.
Yes, it's risky not to have it. And why is that?
Well, the chances for failure are great. Very big if you don't have a system.
Yes. Yeah, and they talked about some of the statistics. So in your guide there, what were some of the statistics around the percent of projects in this example? It was IT projects, but what percentage of these projects were late?
42%.
42%. It's almost half of projects out of the chaos report. I thought that was kind of interesting that the report was a chaos report. How many percent were delivered on time?
31, 32, 37?
37.
37 on time?
And then how many of them failed?
21.
21. So you guys can see how important it is to have project management systems in place. Because it's really important to the success of a project. So I want you just for a moment to turn back to page 6. And on page 6, you have a project manager right there. He's down there at the bottom. Project manager there. What do you think are some skills or knowledge that project manager needs to know? I want you guys to take a few minutes and talk with the people at your table and discuss what would be some skills that a project manager would need in order to be successful.
Goal setting, time management. Yeah, time management. Organization.